This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Whether you're selling a little or a lot, Shopify helps you do your thing, however you cha-ching. From the launch your online shop stage, all the way to the we just hit 1 million orders stage. No matter what stage you're in, Shopify's there to help you grow. Sign up for a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/special offer, all lowercase. That's shopify.com/special offer.
Today on CityCast Pittsburgh, cozy up with the ones you love and make those reservations because it is our Thursday food show and it's almost Valentine's Day. Producer Sophia Lowe and I are dishing up our favorite spots. It's Thursday, February 1st. I'm Megan Harris, and here's what Pittsburgh's talking about. Hey, Sophia. Good afternoon.
Hey, Megan. How are you?
Good. It's a rare afternoon recording day for us. It's a fun one.
I know.
Let's kick it off. What is the best thing that you have eaten this week?
I know we usually recommend local businesses, but I'm going to be honest. The best thing I ate this week was from my kitchen, my oven, my cookies. Well, someone else's recipe, but I made butterscotch oatmeal cookies this weekend and they were so delicious. And I mean, it's just because it's like rainy and I was inside. I wasn't even like picking up food or anything.
Is it a recipe you can share? Can we put it in the show notes?
Yes. Sally's Baking Addiction. Links will be in the show notes.
Excellent. Well, I don't know if you're going to like this, but I think you might have a guess as to what mine is this week.
You were hyping up how you were going to Krapteka all week long, so I'm going to assume it's Krapteka.
I went to Krapteka. It was so good.
Did it live up to everything you had ever dreamed of?
Look, I have been to Apteka 3 or 4 times over the years, and I think everyone on our team knows unpopular opinion. I don't love it. Like, I don't love the regular menu. It's possible I'm just not ordering correctly, but I've just not had like life-changing experiences there the way other people seem to have. So Krapteka was genuinely like my effort at changing my own mind about a place that everyone else seems to love.
Honestly, Megan, if I'd gone somewhere 3 or 4 times and didn't like it, I wouldn't go back. So it's really nice that you actually went back for Krapteka.
Well, so let's back up. Krapteka is this seasonal thing from the Bloomfield restaurant Apteka.
Yes.
When it switches up, it's usual all vegan Central and Eastern European dishes to all vegan, I guess you could call it junk food, like burgers and fries and stuff.
Okay, so you have to tell me what you ordered, and I want your review. Did this Apteka experience blow your mind?
So I got the swamp burger with 3 Mile Island sauce. It's neon green. It's like by far the coolest looking thing coming out of the kitchen. The burger was perfect. It had like smokiness, texture. The toppings had like a nice earthy flavor. Like there was acid. There were pickles on everything, which I really appreciate. I'm a big pickle person.
Good pickles.
And the fries even passed the like appropriate, like crunchy on the outside, soft on the inside litmus test for me. The regular shake, I will say, I tried my friends, I think was marginally better than the chocolate one I got. But honestly, no notes. This was a fantastic dining experience.
I am so glad that you finally had your Apteka experience.
It was so good.
I'm very happy for you. I will not go to Krapteka again.
What?
I went last year. It was actually my first Apteka experience, and I just wasn't blown away. Like, the burgers felt sort of seedy and grainy, and like, I am fine with a plant-based burger, but I still wanted to have like melty cheese and be super messy. And you know what? This might be less about Krapteka and more about how I just don't think fancy burgers are my thing. My favorite burger in town right now is from Moonlit. Just a smash burger with pickles and cheese is fine with me. That being said, I love Apteka. It is a life-changing experience for me, and I desperately want Krapteka to be over so I can eat it again.
Well, if you want to try Krapteka, if you are not like Sophia, you've got one more weekend left to go. I waited in line for, I think, like 50 minutes, and I was third in the door.
That's not bad.
It really wasn't. And it was raining.
How early did you show up, though?
Well, we got there at 4, and everyone, I think a lot of people got there about that time, and we all stayed in our cars, like good humans until a party of 5 lined up at the door, and then everyone made a mad rush for the door. But we were close. We were parked close, so we got it. We got a good seat.
That's good. I know the waits can get much longer than 50 minutes. Our EP, Mary Lee Williams, tried to go last Friday and got a 2-hour wait. But if you are very determined to wait for your burgers, you can always wander down Penn Ave. You can grab a drink at Two Phrase, Tina's. Mary Lee loves Brillo Box. So little sip to keep you busy until you get your burgers and fries.
Yeah, I've also heard good reviews for Mixtape as a waypoint, which brings us, I guess, to the meat of today's episode, where to have a nice date night out in Pittsburgh. Could be with friends, with family, with a partner, however the spirit moves you.
And if you have a suggestion you really love, please let us know. You can text us or leave us a voicemail. Our number is 412-212-8893. That's 412-212-8893.
So obviously we're doing this in part because it's Valentine's Day, or it's about to be. Sophia, do you have a favorite date night spot? Like, you seem like the type to figure out your special meals, quote unquote, months in advance.
Yes, that is true. That being said, I also make a lot of last minute decisions. But in terms of a favorite date night spot, if we're feeling fancy, my partner loves Dish Osteria in the South Side. Big thumbs up for their gnocchi. And honestly, I would love to recommend a cocktail, but I just keep getting their rotating special, and they've all been fantastic. But I'm sure what I had last time isn't on the menu anymore.
That seems fair.
Yeah. And honestly, I floated the idea of Apteca for Valentine's Day, but we're saving that for a later weekend in February when a friend's coming in town. That's where I take everyone. So
Really?
Yes.
This is an Apteca appreciation post.
Exactly. But for Valentine's Day, we are not doing any of those things because I don't actually like going out on Valentine's Day. It's like a huge scramble to get a reservation at a good time. And like, there's so many other people there. So we're doing a Thai food takeout crawl. What about you, Megan? Do you have any plans?
This isn't a plan this year, but it's a past one that I recommend. My partner's favorite, I like that we're starting with our other halves, is Morcilla. So that's the Spanish tapas place near like the Doughboy statue where Lower Lawrenceville meets the Strip District. I know it sounds overly simple, but if they have any form of a carrot on the menu when you go, it's so good. Order everything. They do weird and wonderful things with the humble carrot.
That has been on my list for a while, but that's a pricey spot even for Pittsburgh.
It can be, but it depends on how much you order. Like, that's the whole thing with tapas, right? I've actually had really good luck popping in when they open and just sitting at the bar. So I get like one nice cocktail and one or two small plates, and you can get out pretty cheap that way. If you do it a few times, you have basically sampled most of the menu.
Okay, I think that's maybe the problem with my approach. I see tapas and go, I can try all of these dishes at once. And I like did the math one time on everything that sounded even remotely tasty. And it was like hundreds of dollars. And I closed the tab and went, maybe another time.
Your tummy does tap out at some point. Any of our small plate restaurants in Pittsburgh, I feel like they're all very good at being like, how hungry are you? Okay, you need to order this many plates and guiding you from there.
Okay, I'll take your advice next time I feel like going out. And when I was looking at other romantic restaurants in Pittsburgh, I saw Altius pop up a lot, specifically because it also has a view, which I know for some people is super important for a romantic dinner. I haven't been, Megan. Have you? Thoughts or feelings, especially on the food, not the view?
I have been to Altius, but it's been a while. They were closed for a pretty long time. There was a lot of construction happening right around that corridor on Grandview Avenue. But they've gotten some pretty nice accolades lately. Open Table in particular seems to really like them. They called them one of the best restaurants in America a couple months ago. I think it was November. And then back in 2020, they dubbed them one of the nation's most romantic restaurants. So I think Open Table's got a love affair with Altius.
Sounds like it. I also talked to newsletter editor Francesca DeBecco, and she said she's been there. She said that the setting is stellar, all caps, and she also said the food was amazing. So I'm glad I got 2 endorsements for good food and good view. You know, I'm a food girly first. Yes. And Francesca's hack is also popping into the bar if you can't get a reservation there. I'm not sure how well that would work on Valentine's Day, but definitely something to save in your back pocket for a surprise date night in the future.
Yeah, I mean, all those Mount Washington restaurants are so fun and special for like a night out. Grandview Saloon is a little bit more low key. Lamont is very fancy. So is Monterey Bay Fish Grotto. That's the one that is like on the high rise on the other side of Grandview Avenue. So you go up a huge elevator. Actually, the Monterey Bay is where my partner proposed. So very romantic.
Are we getting a proposal story right now, Megan?
I mean, it wasn't exactly a surprise. We had already gotten the ring. We had it made by a Pittsburgh artist and got to pour the liquid metal into the mold. It was super cool.
Wait, that's awesome.
Yeah, it was fantastic. But a huge gold star to the Monterey Bay wait staff because we thought we were alone in like a little corner. I think it was like a party room or something that they weren't using that night. But someone saw us and they all came over and like were applauding and brought us free champagne. So like it was really sweet.
Shipping can make or break a sale, so optimize how you ship your orders with ShipStation. They make it easy to automate and manage orders no matter how big your business grows. And they might even be able to help reduce shipping and warehouse costs. So optimize and keep up your momentum for growth with ShipStation. Sign up for your free 60-day trial now at ShipStation.com and use the code POD. That's ShipStation.com with the code POD.
There's a big difference between talking and reporting, especially right now with a fire hose worth of news coming your way. You know what helps? Having reporters in the field. I'm Brad Milkey from ABC News, and that's what we've got on ABC's daily podcast, Start Here. Every morning, Start Here takes you across the country and around the world for a quick, smart look at the stories that matter. It's fast, it's straightforward, and sometimes, gasp, news can even be fun. So let's meet up tomorrow morning. Listen to Start Here wherever you get your podcasts.
So what other romantic restaurants are worth checking out?
Well, of course, Francesca had thoughts. Make sure you were subscribed, by the way, to our Hey Pittsburgh newsletter. She gives so many great recommendations in there. She recommended pretending that you are in France for a night at Paris 66 Bistro in East Liberty. She said she went a bunch as part of a French class in high school.
That's a fancy French class.
Truly. I can co-sign it, though. It's got great ambiance. They serve like wine and beer and cocktails, espresso drinks, pastries. The crepes in particular are really, really good.
I mean, you don't have to pretend we're in Paris, right? We're the Paris of Appalachia. It basically means we're as romantic.
Francesca would co-sign that, but I'm just going to boo you.
That's okay. I booed you earlier.
But if you don't want to recreate Paris, there are other spots with good date night vibes.
Yes. Fig and Ash and EYV both are in East Allegheny. Other things that Francesca has co-signed. She says she still dreams about the risotto from Fig and Ash. And EYV.
We got that as a team once. Were you with us for that?
No, I wasn't. I guess we'll have to go back.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay. We've gotten good food together before.
We have. We'll have to add that one to our log list. And EYV is great for vegetarians too. They do serve meat, but they're like veggie forward kind of with every dish.
Yeah, and I have a gift card there, so that's also been on my list. You know, Valentine's Day would have been a good time to spend it, but honestly, I just remembered. But I've checked out their menu, and there's also a prefix option where you get to choose a starter and a main for $45. I love prefix menus. And then there are also additional add-ons for dessert and wine pairings, if that's your thing.
Yeah, so some other sit-down options that we like. There's Senti. It's like an Italian spot in Lower Lawrenceville. In particular, they have a like wine on draft thing in the corner. It's very like tech forward. It's very cool. There's Gaucho downtown if you like to celebrate your love over enormous slabs of meat. Kaya in the Strip District, the Caribbean spot, they have fantastic cocktails and lighter food too. Like their sandwiches are really good and really filling. Their paella is probably enough for 2 or 3 people or 2 or 3 meals, depending on how you like to eat.
I was going to say, Megan, watch me. I love paella. I can eat the whole thing. I feel like another spot we should mention is Yuzu Kitchen. That's downtown. We eat there as a group like once a month or so. I really love the salt and pepper tofu. And another spot on my list downtown is Con Alma for live jazz. Music, super romantic.
Yeah, I want another cosign. I just went to Con Alma again this past weekend. The cocktail menu right now is really good. The seasonals, I would have ordered 4, except you cannot order 4. Like I literally felt the first one and I'm just like, whew, we have to pause. A few more for you to consider. The Commoner and Grand Concourse are great for like old school vibes. So the Commoner is more like Art Deco. Grand Concourse, of course, is an old train station. It's like gold everywhere.
Yes.
The Sunday brunch is particularly nice if you like to celebrate things a few days off schedule or maybe with a loved one that is not a partner. And then my final pick is Cafe du Jour on the South Side. It is teeny tiny, just a few tables inside there, but the menus are always super good.
I love teeny tiny restaurants. It's nice to have like an intimate meal too.
I think you would dig this place, Sophia.
Okay, adding it on my list. But a good call with a Sunday brunch option for people that maybe didn't get Valentine's Day reservations. Do you have any last minute or at home ideas?
Oh, totally. I am an inside cat on most major holidays. Meal kits are actually usually my jam. We've done a few different ones from different types of chefs, usually like catering chefs or other one-off baskets, that kind of thing. This year, we were thinking maybe something different, especially since we've got a kiddo now. I've got my eye on Pizzeria David, the pizza shop connected to Dianoia's in the Strip District. They're doing heart-shaped pizzas on the actual day. Or if you're anti-romance, they will rip it in half for you and you can have a broken heart-shaped pizza.
So one other pizza rack comes from executive producer Mary Lee Williams. She might be doing the same thing as you. She likes making her own pizza and getting the dough from Spack Bros.
Oh, cool. That's perfect. 2 pizza trains passing in the night.
Exactly. And Mary Lee also said Spack walks you through how to roll it out, make the dough, get that perfect pie. So even if you haven't made pizza before, I feel like that is definitely a good place to start.
That's so fun. Maybe we should text each other our progress reports. There's also, of course, always flowers, if that is your love language.
Yes, flowers and food. You can grab both at the Farmer's Daughter in East Allegheny. So this is a great option if you don't feel like cooking at all and want to do a meal at home. So the Farmer's Daughter is the floral shop. So they're taking orders for Valentine's Day bouquets, but they're partnering with Brothmonger to do dinner too. But it's not the usual soups that Brothmonger serves. This Valentine's Day, you can pre-order spaghetti and meatballs and pick up your food when you also go to get that bouquet. I have had Brothmonger's lasagna, and that's amazing. So I'm sure spaghetti and meatballs is also fantastic.
That sounds good. I mean, everything Brothmonger makes and suggests is usually a good idea. I made their white bean bisque the other day in the Broth Mailer, the newsletter. It was so good. I'm actually looking at the Farmer's Daughter's website. That always trips me up. Farmer's Daughter's website. And it says that 111 Juice Bar is going to be at their store on the 14th too. So I guess if you're looking for some juice, you can get your fix there. But if you're looking for wine, instead of that, there is a wine and spirits place right next door. So basically a one-stop shop for the night.
There's also Lorelei, no reservations, so any night is a good night to shoot your shot. There's an Alpine wine and cocktail bar, there's beer, bottle shop, another place where it's all in one.
And last but not least, I think your favorite category ever, little treats.
Yes.
How can we celebrate with little treats?
Little treats, absolutely. Cannot forget those.
Francesca wrote up an entire roundup of Valentine's Day pastries and all kinds of goodies. We will have a link in our show notes to the article on our website. That's pittsburgh.citycast.fm. But just a tease for here, there's a plant-based shop that has a whole sweetheart box that includes raspberry flour cookies, a raspberry lemon roll, chocolate-covered strawberry mini Pop-Tarts. Did you get all that? And a vanilla heart cake. And it's all vegan, too, on top of that.
Yum. Pop-Tarts. Wow.
I saw your eyebrows like go up at the Pop-Tart and I was waiting on a reaction.
I want to change my Valentine's Day plans now. Maybe add that into the mix. Maybe pastries for breakfast and Thai food for dinner.
Ooh, now that's like a solid day plan. If you also want to grab a box of macarons, for instance, you can visit Gabbia Jules. I have no idea if I'm saying that right. It's one of my favorite shops, but I had never actually learned French pronunciation. But they do ship nationwide, so you can show your love to someone outside Pittsburgh. Also, don't sleep on the almond croissants. They are basically cake. They're so good.
I've taken that suggestion from you before, Megan. The croissant was very tasty, but I want to go back to pick up some of the other pastries in the display case. I don't even know what they are, but they're like glazed in such a fancy way, and they look like shining jewels.
I love getting like a couple different ones, like 2 or 3 or 4, depending on the size of my dinner party. And then everybody just gets like a few bites of different things. It's real good.
That's a great idea. Another place that you could do that at is Mediterra. Personally, I'm thinking about their sticky buns. They're so good. They're like nutty. They have pecans on them, but they've got a ton of other options. Savory baked
muffins,
goods,
cookies, all kinds of baked goods. They've got a lot of good stuff.
And they've got a few locations: Lawrenceville, Mount Lebo, and Sewickley.
Finally, if you need to grab a card to pair with your Valentine's Day goodies, I am just in love with these designs from former Pittsburgher Party Girl Printables. You can download and print the cards from her Etsy shop. They've got bugs and invasive species on them, which I know does not sound cute, but I promise they are so cute. There's one that uses a lanternfly's wings to say I love you, but with like the upside down wings. It looks really good. I love it.
That's cute. And I mean, like, lanternflies are red and everything, so I could see this working really well on a Valentine's Day card.
They're such sharp colors, such beautiful designs. I just love her work.
But, you know, we're talking about all this romantic stuff. I need to shout out one anti-romance thing. Just one. It is a really funny fundraiser that Nose to Tail Cat Rescue is running. Again, not romantic at all, but if you're harboring a grudge for an ex, this is absolutely a way to celebrate it. The Cat Rescue
I can't wait to hear about this.
Yes, the Cat Rescue is doing Love Stinks, the anti-Valentine fundraiser. So you donate $10, they'll write your ex's name on a heart and throw it into a litter box on Valentine's Day.
Oh my gosh. I mean, does the cat play with it? Pee on it? Like what's the end goal here?
You know what? I'm not sure, because it got me wondering what my cat Pistachio would do if I tossed something in her litter box. Like, I don't know if she'd like knock it out or just like
a litter box is a private space. Like I can see like the cat getting real upset if you mess with that.
I don't know. Maybe donate $10 to the Cat Rescue and see what the cats do, I guess.
Well, before we go, where might someone see a CityCaster this weekend? Sophia, you kick us off.
I will be running all over the place on Sunday. 2 places, 1 day. That's big for me.
You can tell the weather's been better. Sophia's leaving the house.
Exactly. So in the morning, I'll be heading to the Carnegie Art Museum. I'm going for a Lunar New Year fair and show. I think I mentioned this previously on another pod. So if you got tickets after that, wave if you see me. And then in the afternoon, I'll be going to Trace Brewing for a Valentine's Day market that's hosted by the PGH Flea.
I am very excited for you. I hope you find some nice finds.
Me too.
I think I might try to scoot over to Onion Maiden. They're doing a pop-up event, a ramen pop-up on Sunday night in their old spot in Allentown. I've missed their food. It's been a long time. They closed, but now they're doing a special thing. It's going to be fun.
That's really exciting. I might have to add that to my list. 3 places 1 day. Even more ambitious.
I don't believe it, but I want that for you. I want that life for you.
Talk to me on Monday. We'll see if I actually made it to all 3.
Sophia, thanks so much.
Thanks, Megan.
That's all for today here on CityCast Pittsburgh. If you're liking what you hear, consider supporting us. You can be a member of CityCast Pittsburgh and get cool perks like ad-free listening. Find more online at membership.citycast.fm. We'll be back tomorrow morning with more news from around the city. Talk to you soon.
Gah, of course there's a plane going by right when I hit record.